5, 4, 3, 2. We are here today again on another episode of the Mobile Mailbox Money Podcast. I'm here with Nate Hare, Vice President of Directed IRA.
Vice President of Sales of Strategic Relationships.
One of the biggest educators out online providing free content for individuals to learn how to direct their IRAs. Nate, appreciate having you here today. We've followed up and seen each other at multiple events, real estate events, with other individuals looking to raise private money, do deals. So I appreciate having you on the podcast here today. Of course. We had him previously on the mastermind. A lot of great information that you provided for the individuals that didn't get the chance to see that. Where can they look up what you have going on? What are you working on currently? What's going on, mate?
Yeah, so anybody that wants anything to know about what Directed IRA is doing, that's the company that I represent, is just go to directedira.com. Now, there's two reasons why you want to go there. One is there's a ton of education and information on our website about what we do as a company is we help people self-direct their retirement accounts, whether that's an IRA or a 401k. And what I mean by self-direct is invested into things like notes or mobile homes or investment property, land, all types of alternative assets that people don't know they can put in their retirement account. They can through a company like us. But then we also put on a lot of events, educational opportunities, virtually and live. And we could talk a little bit about that. But if you're looking to just learn more about what the rich and the wealthy are doing with their retirement accounts, because I guarantee you they're not investing just in stocks and bonds, they're investing their retirement into real estate. It's the largest segment of our economy. Most people don't even realize how to do it. The rich and the wealthy know how to do it. That you can learn a lot about that just on the virtual education there. But then also, it's a networking opportunity to get out there and meet some of these investors.
Absolutely.
Because they share deals. They do deals with one another, right? So if you want to get out there, if you really want to be a successful investor, you got to go out, you got to build a network. Your net worth is equal to your network. And then we put on two big events a year. One is our Self-Directed IRA Summit.
Coming soon here. What's the date?
It was on April 25th, 26th.
It's right around the corner.
Right around the corner. It's a one-day crash course on everything you need to know about self-directed IRAs, and that is April 26th. The 25th, we're going to have a welcome reception. It's optional, but again, if you're looking to grow your network, be at the welcome reception.
Where's that at?
That is at the Austin South Park Hotel in Austin, Texas. So beautiful Austin, Texas. It's easy to fly into. You don't have to be from Texas to join us. We're not even from Texas. We're here in Phoenix, Arizona. But we have clients and investors from across the country that are coming and converging in Austin, Texas, center of the country.
Why are they going to Austin? Well, because for the community created through Directed IRA, teaching individuals come ready, with some actionable items.
Oh, yeah.
Because ultimately you're going to find possibly a deal to do out at the event. So I'm happy you guys invited us to be out there as well.
Yeah. And deals happen. I'll tell you, deals happen at these types of events. I did an event a couple years back, and I remember to this day, I had a lady, good friend, attend, and she did 12 deals. 3 days. That's pretty what a 3-day event. Sold 6, bought 6. So if you don't think deal making happens, if you think that everything's online nowadays, squash that idea. People still like to shake hands and meet. And that's how deals happen.
Here in April, buy your ticket today before it may sell out. There's limited capacity at the end of the day for these events. The golden nugget of directing your IRA, if you didn't know, obviously, this is an avenue for an individual. A lot of people are earning low yields, with their IRAs at the end of the day. What's the other conference that you guys throw? You mentioned another one. I don't want to typo you that.
So the Self-Direct IRA Summit is one-day crash course on how to self-direct your IRA. The other event is what to invest in once you decide you want to self-direct. And that's called our Alternative Asset Investor Summit. That one we're hosting in Scottsdale, Arizona in October. So you got a lot of time to make it to that one. It's a little different in how the format's structured. It's not so much about how to self-direct, because we tackle that at the Self-Directed IRA Summit. We will talk a little bit about self-directed IRAs, of course, but it's more about different speakers and educators from across the country talking about what types of alternative investments they do that can be fit inside of a self-directed IRA. Now, there's no investment selling, it's simply education. So you might have somebody get up there and talk about note investing, right? They're buying existing notes, they're buying, non-performing or performing notes. How does that work? What's the yield on those? We talk about people that are doing short-term rentals, mid-term rentals, long-term rentals, mobile homes, right? Lending opportunities, private funds, equity investing, angel investing, cryptocurrency. I mean, all of these investments are considered alternative investments because they're normally not publicly traded. Most people think your IRA is only available to invest in publicly traded assets, and it's simply not the case. Your financial advisors and Wall Street want you to think that.
Absolutely.
But outside of that is a phenomenal opportunity to get either some or all of your retirement invested in things that are more tangible, right? Real estate, the most tangible investment on the planet. Notes secured by real estate, just as tangible. All these stocks and bonds, believe me, I think stocks and bonds are great. I think they fit as a piece of your retirement. But the rich and the wealthy do not just invest in stocks and bonds. You will never meet a rich and wealthy person that has 100% of their assets in Wall Street. They'd be an idiot to do that.
A lot of fluctuation.
But that's what they pitch on us, right? So if you want to understand how these alternative investments work and how they're structured, that's a good event to go to. And again, it's limited capacity, but we're going to have that in Scottsdale, Arizona, mid-October.
Here in our backyard, here in Arizona. Arizona is such a great market. We're really blessed to be here with the dynamics going on here in the state, but also, the education that's available. You guys had your office in Phoenix, so that's not for nothing at the end of the day. So Orange Tree Golf Course in October.
Yes, not at the Orange Tree though. We switched location.
Oh, okay.
It's a new location, soon to be released.
Yeah, not to be announced yet.
Not to be announced yet, but it's a nicer location. Orange Tree was great, but we want to scale it up a little bit, get a little bit bigger venue. It's also closer to the airport, so we want more people to fly in. But it's
dude.
Yep, again, it maxes out, so make sure you get tickets early because I had people at both events contact me the week before. I go, Nate, I finally cleared my schedule. I want to come. I'm like, sorry, there's just not any more seats I can put you in. Even if I could, I couldn't.
Yeah,
if I would, I could, but I couldn't. So.
The Alt Summit was great. We have yet to go to the other event here in Austin, so we'll be attending that here for the first time. But the Alt Summit as well, we received some capital investment from attending the event at the Alternative Asset Summit. It was great to be there, get your take on different strategies. Everyone wants to diversify, and it's tough to know where to go. But to go to an event like that, and have, a guy that's trading minerals, a multifamily, play, secured notes play, private funds. Where else are you going to go for a vetted opportunity, at the years of the day?
To be honest, I've never thought about that, but you bring up a good point. There's no event on the planet like our alt assets.
There may not.
Because we're not trying to show you, try to make you a one-trick pony. Oh, here's how to invest in real estate. Okay, that's great. What else is there, right? There's all these other events that you go out there, it might be just about notes or just about real estate or just about cryptocurrency, right? We've got speakers that cover all of it, right? And like you said, there's people that you don't even realize you can make money different ways in real estate. You can make money with the real estate alone, the land. You can make money on top. Did you know you can make money underneath the land? Did you know you can buy mineral rights underneath to make money there? Make money on piping and charge tariffs to move things from one track to another. I mean, it's phenomenal how many different ways we can make money as investors. And the Alt Asset Summit brings all those educators together so you can kind of get an idea of okay, I like that. Maybe I'm more comfortable here. I mean, they could all be good investment opportunities. Absolutely. But with a self-directed IRA account with us, you're picking the investment, so you got to be comfortable with them. We're not selling it to you, but we want to at least give you enough opportunity to hear from different speakers so you can go out and find and do your own due diligence.
That's really important right now, definitely to the high net worth individual. Diversification is really important, and alternatives are kind of peeking their head out in higher need. Why? Because cash flow is really tough to find right now, as well as, heavy fluctuations over the past couple of years in the stock market. Alternative investments, like it started peeking itself out on Google of all things, of people actually Googling, how to, where to, why to invest in alternatives.
Yeah.
So to have this at your disposal today is truly a diamond in the rough. So got multiple events going on. Won't happen to see you here at Note Expo. But we've seen each other at Note Expo.
Well, you'll see us, you just won't see me.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Good to clarify it. They're definitely everywhere.
Yeah.
But, all these different conferences, to build that community base and ultimately do business with individuals like and trust out in the business, but also top of the industry. Directed IRA was on the Inc. 5000?
Inc. 500. On this is Inc. 5000, but we actually cracked the Inc. 500.
Dude, that's really big.
Yeah.
There's trillions of dollars in IRAs, and to be taking a corner of the market like that, that's awesome to see. And a lot of that may have been some efforts to my right here from Nate Hare, doing a lot of education, free, analysis, free videos, free, all kinds of free stuff. But you can really get the nuggets at these events, at the end of the day.
I'll tell you this. I started in real estate right out of college. I knew I wanted to be in real estate. I didn't know what that meant. I got my real estate license, realized pretty quick I was not cut out to be a real estate agent. More power to any real estate agents out there. I was not fit for that mold, but I was fit for the financing side of it. So I was always good with numbers. I've always been a math guy playing baseball. I was calculating my batting average at like the age of 6, you know what I mean? So I always liked numbers. So I liked the number side of real estate. So I was in the mortgage business for 8 years, and then I started buying my own property. Long story short, I thought I knew what I needed to know about real estate. When I got into the business of self-direction in 2012 is when I first learned I didn't know anything about real estate, because the people that were directing their IRAs to buy real estate were using creative strategies that I had never even thought of and I didn't even know exist. Note investing is one. First, I still like to invest in notes. I still like to do loans out of my IRA, which is something we do quite often at Directed IRA for our clients. And similar to this, similar to somebody having a loan secured by a mobile home, or a loan secured by a single family home, or a loan secured by multifamily. Banks are already in that business. I didn't know my IRA can be on the same business.
A lot of people never know.
And better income completely tax-free. That's better than a stock to me. That's way better than a mutual fund to me, because I can get above average returns. And at the end of the day, I was secured by real estate. So it was just that. And I kind of knew that through the mortgage business. I just didn't know I can do that out of my retirement plan.
Right.
But then learning that investors were buying property in their IRAs with seller financing, buying properties in their IRA using sub-2 contracts, buying properties in their IRA or controlling properties in their IRA with real estate option contracts, wholesaling, assignments. All of these things can be done in an IRA, and I had no clue that was happening, but there were people that were doing it. And by the way, your IRA is not a taxpayer, so everything you do in your IRA is never taxed. So all the things that I was doing that I was paying taxes on, it blew my mind that the whole time I could have been doing some of these deals in my IRA, not paying taxes. And I thought, more people need to understand that this exists, because this is the playbook the IRS gave us. We just don't get taught it. We don't know it. It's out there for everybody to live completely tax-free off of the cash flow generated to your IRA. And that IRA can be invested into real estate, either actively or passively. So that was the pendulum shift, the mind shift for me back in 2012.
And that's coming from a RMLO, a real estate investor, now pivoting into IRAs. Take that from an industry expert in multiple different avenues of facilitating the transactions but also getting more savvy, you know, at the end of the day to set it up like a chessboard for some retirement savings, tax-free or tax-deferred. You know, all of that's super golden gems at the end of the day, to hiding it from Uncle Sam. You know, who wants to pay high taxes? You know, but at the end of the day,
Nobody does. And most people have these types of accounts. Like that's what blows my mind. 70% of Americans have some sort of retirement plan. Now, most people's retirement plan is locked up in their current employer 401k. That's fine. That might have to stay there. But a lot of people have switched jobs at some point in their life, and they have that old rollover 401k that's in an IRA, and it's at Fidelity, and they don't even think about it. Well, it's time to think about it. What's it invested in? Is it making money or is it not? Some people like this always say, oh yeah, stocks have gone up. And this is how I feel about my own stock portfolio. It's like when the stock market is on the rise and it's hot, I don't see why my balance is the same. It just seems like it never moves. Is because it's eating up broker fees and finder's fees and commissions, and the thing and does this and this and this. So it's like, it's up one day, it's down one day. So yes, stock market's always at all-time highs, seems like every day. But you don't see the effect, and you know you don't see the effect because people are working longer. They're changing IRA distributions to let you defer RMDs until 73 because they say we're living longer. Oh yeah, we're living longer and we're working longer.
Right.
It's a game, guys. Like, to get your IRA and invest it in something that you are more knowledgeable about, or invest it in something that has less of this. Like, I'll tell you what, I do note invested, right? I loan, let's just call it $100,000 on my Roth IRA to an investor, right? Who's going to buy real estate or buy a mobile home, whatever the case may be. I have an agreement with that person that they have to pay 12% to my IRA annually, and they pay it monthly. This is just my agreement, okay?
annual.
Not this. It's an
Annual contractually agreed upon.
that is not doing this. That is payment, 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 payment. And when they sell, I get all my money back. That's just this, guys.
Wow, sounds almost too good to be true, right?
It does sound almost too big, but banks do this. This is what banks do. This is not magic. This is just a loan to secure by real estate. So, and then how I structure it, I try to do short-term loans as short as I can, because when I get paid back, either through the sale of the property or they refinance, I get to redeploy all my principal and interest. So not only am I making double-digit returns, I'm compounding the returns, and I'm doing it in a Roth IRA that never pays taxes. So add those up, guys. And that is not this, that is just that.
The 401k model.
Yep.
How would we navigate that? So what does that look like?
So 401ks, typically most people's 401ks are at a job that they work at, right? Most companies, especially the larger companies, they'll offer you an option to opt into the 401k program, right? You put money in, and then sometimes your company has a matching program. That's fine. That's all fine and good. The problem is that those 401ks are usually administrated by Fidelity or Charles Schwab, and they'll give you investment options that they make commission on. Here's this mutual fund, this one. You choose. If you say, can I buy a rental property? They'll go, no, you can't do that. It's not no, you can't do that in a 401k. It's no, you can't do that with their 401k because they don't sell real estate. You can call them and ask them if you can move that 401k while you're still working there. Oftentimes no, but sometimes they say yes. If you have separation of service, though, separation of service means I no longer work for the company that I had the 401k with. That can be rolled into any IRA anywhere. You can have it as an IRA at Fidelity, or you can move it to a directed IRA and invest in alternatives. So, but it's that key separation of service that you need where you're no longer working with the company. Some people have this. They have the current employer 401k with their current company, but they moved in 50 grand from the old company to put in that. That money has separation of service. You can move that money out of the 401k because you didn't make the contribution while you're employed with the current company. So yeah. So if you have questions about whether you can or cannot move, pick up the phone, call your employer, talk to the benefits operator, whoever, and ask them if you have what's called in-service rollover options. If you have in-service rollover options, that means you have the option to move some of the money out to an IRA. You can move it to us if you want while you're still in service with the company. But if you broken service, 100% of the time, you can roll that money over to an IRA with us.
That was super free education right there. Yeah. You have an actionable item in front of you right now. If you have a 401k and you maybe have 50k, 100,000, 20,000, most people think you need a couple 100,000 to invest with your IRA. What would you recommend to someone that may be thinking that, no, it's sitting with money that they have available?
So no, the answer is no. And not even when you talk about real estate, because if you invest in real estate inside or outside of an IRA, there's ways to make money in real estate where you don't even have to own the property, right? One is, obviously assignments. I know they're getting attacked by law, but again, everybody knows what an assignment is, or a wholesale piece. You find property that you can get under contract in exchange for an earnest money deposit, and then you find an end buyer to assign the contract to. So how much money did you need to do that? Whatever the earnest money was, right? $1,000 it's called. Your IRA could be the buyer on the contract. Your IRA can give up the $1,000 and your IRA can assign the contract. Now you have to do all the legwork, but your IRA is just the buyer on the contract. So again, do you want the assignment fee to go to you, the taxpayer, or would you rather assignment go to your IRA and never be taxed ever again? So again, it's all about how the investment's structured as far as how much money needs to be deployed out of the IRA. You can also do other creative strategies like real estate options. You can even, here's a wild thing people didn't know. Again, this is only for the people that are buying real estate. There's a whole other thing we'll talk about with loans and things like that. But if you're buying real estate, let's say you just have enough in your old 401k or IRA for a down payment. Can you get leverage? Can your IRA get a loan from a bank? Yes. There's banks out there that have loan products to IRAs. Bet you didn't know that. Bet nobody taught that to you in school. There's banks out there that have IRA loan programs. Then your IRA can leverage money. So you don't even need the entire amount to buy the property. If you want it owned by your IRA, there's other ways to finance it. Now on the lending side, lending's a little bit different, but here's how most of the lending opportunities I see for people that have smaller accounts. They partner different IRAs together, right? Because you can bring in multiple different IRAs and think of your IRA as a person, right? My Roth IRA it's an entity. It's a tax-exempt trust. It's a Roth IRA. I also have a health savings account. My first deal I did as a loan, and I didn't have quite enough money in my Roth to do the deal myself. It was about a $55,000 loan to a real estate investor. And I needed more money to get to him because I didn't have 55 grand in my Roth. So what I did is I got 6 other people who had IRAs that were uninvested, okay, who all liked the deal. And all we did was list all 6 IRAs of the promissory note. This did not make multiple liens. It was not multiple loans. It was one loan called a fractionalized note. And each note had the IRA and the amount that it was investing into the note to get us to a total of 55 grand. We just put different IRAs together on one document.
They'd have to be maybe the same custodian though, correct? Or
it makes it easier if it's the same. So it doesn't have to be, but it makes everybody's life a lot easier because when the borrower made his payment, his monthly payment, all he did was write a check to us as the custodian, and the custodian just split the check pro rata for the 6 accounts.
Right. That's like a community banking situation.
Basically, that's it. All we did was we created our community for our own bank, right? And we used each other's IRAs to get into one deal, right? And everybody made their 12% on the money they put in.
Love to hear that.
Yep. And people say, well, isn't that raising money? You have to work through this SEC? No, we didn't raise money from anybody. We all knew each other. We partnered the money together. We didn't do a raise. It wasn't a syndication. It wasn't any of that. It was a fractionalized note amongst friends, and we all decided to partner together.
There weren't any pooled funds.
Pooled funds. We didn't advertise it. We didn't ask people, hey, you guys want to invest in our deal? It wasn't our deal. It was somebody else's deal. We were the lender.
Dude, that is so sick. Listen, you guys need to pay attention of what's going on because you could be making more with your money at the end of the day. And it just takes a couple pieces to put into play ultimately, and it may change your life. That's fully capable of happening with the tools at your disposal from watching here today. I talked to a lot of people that are interested in moving accounts over to Directed IRA and things of that nature, and they didn't know, all this stuff was available available. They're like, hey, can I invest in a fund with an IRA? Well, yeah, you can actually do that for some retirement savings. Oh, I can buy a note in my IRA. I can buy a note from mobile mailbox money. The opportunities that are available to you are endless. From the want and need to diversify out in the market, it's higher than ever right now, especially with some fluctuating rates on multifamily properties. You have whales that are manipulating crypto, whales that are manipulating the stock market at any given time. How do you insulate yourself with a retirement account? Ultimately to hedge your bet, because you want to live financially free at the end.
And that's the thing. It's like, I've got a small stock portfolio, and it's just interesting to me that the stock market really isn't about the success of the company. It's about what's in the news. I mean, when I look at my watch list on the stocks that I watch, right, they're all going down at the same time, it feels like, or they're all going up. That's not really a reflection of the company. That's a reflection on our politics and stuff in the news, which makes people hesitant to buy as itself. The point is, you don't have control over that, guys. You have no control over what's in the news or what the media is putting out there. And if that is going to affect your retirement account, that makes me very uneasy. And I don't want it in that type of thing. When I loan to a real estate investor, I don't have to turn on CNBC to see what I get. I get a 12% interest payment every single month between the 1st and the 5th, and I don't get it. I pick up the phone and I call them, and then they make the payment. If they don't make the payment, I get the property. Cool, that's that simple. That simple.
Love it. That's life-changing, literally.
Life-changing. It makes your life easy. I haven't had to watch CNBC in the last 12 years. I watch it for comedic relief, but I don't watch it to affect my retirement account.
So, take your freedom back, take your financial stability back, earn contractually agreed upon returns in a program, take this and, do with it what you may. But if you don't do anything with this information, you're doing yourself a disservice. So I encourage you watching here today, if you're looking, have money in an account, reach out to Directed IRA, open an account, explore the options available. We have multiple investment opportunities for you even today to earn in a 30-day program with Silvercrest Opportunity Fund. That's an accredited investment fund qualified offering. So we're currently offering a 10% return for investors for a 1-year term and bank quality notes available for IRA, self-direction. Additionally, we're paying 12% for a 3-year term in the notes that we procure here in one of the hottest markets in the country, here in Arizona. So Nate, appreciate having you here today. Hopefully we'll have a great event in Austin. Just that again quickly.
SDIRAsummit.com. SDIRAsummit.com. If you want to get tickets, use my promo code. My name, Nate, Nate, 50. You get $50 off any ticket. There are virtual tickets, so if you can't make the Austin, that's fine. Get a virtual ticket. You don't even have to sit there and watch it the whole time. You'll get the recordings. But SDIRAsummit.com. Use Nate 50. And get out there and network and find true investments that give you true financial freedom that are never taxed.
Boom. That's mobile mailbox money, baby. Nate, appreciate having you here today.
Yeah, anytime. Thank you for having me.
Bam, bam, bam.